No one investigates like News 4. Signs that the sex trade is prospering in the suburbs as one woman reveals the horrors of being forced to have sex for money. Tonight, we're hearing about this seedy trade firsthand.
And News 4's Lou Ragoose has an exclusive special report about what's hidden behind closed doors. Lou.
Don and Jackie, there are a lot of images and assumptions associated with prostitution, but the truth is many of these women are trapped against their will as part of human trafficking rings. We've discovered it. It's a growing problem right in the suburbs of Western New York.
The online ads tell you one thing. A woman is in town looking for some fun. But Katie Rhodes has been the woman behind those ads, and she says the truth is horrifying.
It was my picture on the photos, and it was, you know, come see me and things like that when the pimp was actually controlling the situation. And I knew pretty well that if I was out of line, that there would be violence used.
She was just 12 when she got into the sex trade. Before long, she was addicted to drugs and too ashamed to ask family for help getting out.
There's times I still look over my shoulder, and it's 10 years later. So my entire life changed because of that experience.
Rhodes shared her story at Hilbert College in Hamburg to raise awareness about sex trafficking. The difference between prostitution and trafficking is when a third party, like a pimp or a human trafficker, exploits the victim with force, fraud, or coercion. It's a huge problem in Western New York because of the proximity to Canada and New York City. Deputy Elizabeth Files says especially with women brought illegally into the U.S.
A lot of times these victims are brought here under the pretense that they're going to be working a different kind of a job. Like, for example, you're coming into the United States and you're going to be working a restaurant.
Many of these victims come from Asian countries, promised a better life in America.
Then the trafficker or the contractor will tell them, well, you're not making enough money in the restaurant work to pay off your debt, so we're going to put you somewhere else. And the somewhere else could be a brothel.
Deputy Files heads the Regional Human Trafficking Task Force. They work to break up these brothels, which pop up using a deceptive storefront.
We know that it's occurring not only in cities, but it's also occurring in suburban areas where we see a lot of these acupressure or acupuncture massage parlors.
A concerned viewer who doesn't want this activity in his backyard contacted News 4.
You two have flowers? Yeah.
And our investigation uncovered an advertised spa apparently frequented only by middle-aged men. And that investigation led to police shutting the place down.
Did someone offer a sex act to an undercover officer?
Yes, there were times when an undercover officer was propositioned for sex acts.
And if you'd like to hear more from Katie Rhodes, the young woman who escaped the sex trade, we have her full interview posted on our homepage at WIVB.com. She talks about the money aspect of the sex trade and the physical violence associated with it.